Jesus, the name above every other name. Jesus, the only one who could ever save. Worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. Oh, we live for you. And holy, there is no one like you. There is none beside you. Open up my eyes in wonder and show me who you are and fill me with your heart and lead me in your love to those around me. And I will build my life upon your love. It is a firm foundation, and I will put my trust in you alone, and I will not be shaken. And I will build my life upon your love. It is a firm foundation, and I will put my trust in you alone, and I will not be shaken. Holy, there is no one like you. There is none beside you. Open up my eyes in wonder and show me who you are and fill me with your heart and lead me in your love to those around me. And I will build my life upon your love. It is a firm foundation, and I will put my trust in you alone, and I will not be shaken.
Hi guys, welcome back to another week of RKids Online. My name is Katie.
And I'm Allie, and we are so excited that you joined us again here today.
Yes, we are, and we are continuing our series called Behind the Scenes. Allie, this is week 3. What are we learning about?
Today, we're continuing to hear about Esther. She's this whole month. We're learning about Esther's story. And today, the next part of the story is about Esther and her uncle Mordecai and some crazy things that are happening. So it's going to be good.
Okay, and we have a very special craft for after the video, and it ties into an upcoming holiday, so stick around for that.
Yes, so excited.
It's gonna be fun. All right, we're gonna pray, and then we'll hop in. Allie, do you want to pray first?
I would love to.
Yay.
God, we thank you so much for today. Thank you, Lord, for another opportunity to learn about you. I pray that you would just help us to hear from you, and that we would just have a great weekend with our family and our friends. And we love you, Jesus. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Oh, hey there, little chicken nuggets. It's me, Carl. Welcome to Grow TV.
Welcome to Grow TV. Hosted by Carl. Where we have fun with our friends, talk about Jesus, and go over everything the Bible has to offer. Now once again, welcome to Grow TV.
Oh, hey there, kiddos. Sorry, I just need to finish this last page real quick. And the bird pooped twice. Okay, sorry. It's just been a wild week. As you know, I have a role in a theater play that's coming up in a little over a week. And then I couldn't even believe that I had to memorize those lines for the part. That's all I've been doing. Sitting here, standing here, reading these lines and memorizing them. I'm like a regular De Niro.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
You see, De Niro is this actor who was really big in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, you know. It's not important.
Oh, yeah? Huh?
Anywho, I was really needing some help here, because here's the thing. Running lines is pretty difficult when you're by yourself. So I was thinking, if you're cool with it, you could help me. Yes! Yeah, there we go, okay. So here's the thing. My name is Sheriff Saddlebottom. I'm a charismatic space cowboy from the planet Cutie Patootie, whose only purpose is to fight for justice and eat bean burritos. And you're the local school principal who has a clue for me. Ready? Action!
3, 2, 1.
Well, Miss Simmons, I heard you have the clue that make me find the gangs of the Galaxy Geese. Oh, your line is, well, I don't know, Mr. Saddlebottom, but I heard these geese are allergic to pepperoni. I'll put it on the screen for you. Let's do it again from the top. Action! Well, Miss Simmons, I heard you might have the clue to make me find the help me find. Well, Miss Simmons, I heard you had the clue to make me help. Well, Miss Simmons, I heard you had the clue to help me find the gang of Galaxy Geese. Pepperoni, you say? Well, I'll be. Where do you reckon I find some of these pepperonis in these parts? Yes, that was perfect. Thank you. See, I told you it was easier with someone else. Thanks for helping me. Except for those who didn't say anything. You know who you are.
Carl!
Grace, hey, how's it going?
So good. I couldn't wait to check in and see how the lines were coming.
Oh, Grace, I just had the kids help me out, and I feel like $1 million. Like a young De Niro.
Who?
Never mind. Anywho, they're such a great support. And I know I won't have you on the stage with me, but I'll be thinking about how you help me.
You know, you just reminded me of Esther's story again.
Really? Perfect. Why?
Well, there's a part of the story where Esther has to go up and do her own thing while her friends and family support her. You remember Haman, right?
How could I forget? I mean, he's the guy who tried to hurt Mordecai last time.
That's him. Well, Haman, who was King Xerxes' right-hand man, goes to talk to the king. He begins to lie and tell King Xerxes that the Jewish people are terrible for their kingdom. He talks so much that Xerxes believes him and gives him the authority to make whatever laws he wants.
Oh no! Come on, Xerxes!
So Haman then told his leaders to let everyone know that within the year, on a specific date, all Jewish people and their families would be destroyed. That was now the law.
This is an awful story.
Well, it's not over just yet. Mordecai found out about this new law and it devastated him. He began to mourn and grieve and he was very upset. And back then, you would wear different clothes to let others know you were grieving. And when Esther found out Mordecai was at the city gates dressed like he was, she sent a messenger to find out why.
Hold on to your crown, Esther. You're in for some bad news.
When the messenger came back to Esther, they told her why Mordecai was sad. But Mordecai had another message for Esther.
Man, I don't think I can handle any more bad news.
He told her that she needed to go to Xerxes and tell him to cancel the order Haman had put into place. But Esther, well, she didn't know if it was a good idea to help.
What? Why?
Well, she obviously knew it was good to help her people, but there was a problem. No one, not even the queen, was allowed to talk to the king without an appointment.
What happens if she goes and talks to him?
Well, Esther would most likely be killed. So you can imagine Esther's fear. She sent the messenger back with that message, but Mordecai sent another one back.
What did it say?
Mordecai told her that even though she's the queen, Haman's law would still affect her. And maybe, just maybe, God put her in the position to be the queen for exactly this moment.
Whoa, that's a good point. Man, this is a tough spot for Esther.
It really is. So Esther decided to send one more message back to Mordecai.
I don't know who this messenger guy is, but he's getting a workout today.
He really was. So Esther's message to Mordecai said this: "Go gather together all the Jews who are in Susa and fast for me. Do not eat or drink for 3 days, night or day. I and my attendants will fast as you do. When this is done, I will go to the king, even though it is against the law. And if I perish, I perish."
Wow, give it up to Esther. I mean, she was like really brave.
Right?
Whoa, what was that?
Oh, well, that is intermission.
What is interfishing?
Intermission. It's what people at plays do to give them and the audience a break.
Oh, so like 2 minutes or...
Well, I actually thought it would be fun to pick up the rest of the story next week.
What? No, I gotta know what happens. You can't stop now.
Sorry, Carl, but I promise we will finish it next time and you're gonna love it.
Fine, but to be clear, I am not on board with this whole intermessing stuff.
Hey kids, aren't you excited to see where the story leads us? I know I am. So, today's big Broadway idea is God gives us support behind the scenes. Just like you helped support Carl with his lines and how Mordecai and the Jewish people supported Esther. So let's shout it out on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. God gives us support behind the scenes. Bravo, kids, bravo. So make sure you tune in next week to see what happens when Esther decides to go talk to King Xerxes. See you then.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Pro TV.
Every week, we have an opportunity to start a relationship with God. You may be wondering, why do we make such a big deal about this? The problem is, we are born with sin in our hearts, and every day we commit some sin against God. And sin doesn't allow us to have a relationship with God, who is perfect. But God loved us so much that He sent His Son Jesus to die on the cross and take the punishment for our sins, punishment that we deserved. Then, 3 days later, God performed a miracle and brought Jesus back to life, defeating sin and death and making it possible for us to have a relationship with God. So, if you're ready to say yes to Jesus and start a friendship with Him, all you have to do is tell God that you believe in Him. Tell God that you're sorry and ask Him to forgive you. I'll lead you in a prayer. All you have to do is bow your head, repeat after me, and really mean it with your whole heart. Let's pray. Dear Jesus, I know that I'm a sinner, and I have done many wrong things. Please forgive me for all my sins. Jesus, I believe that you died on the cross for all my sins, that God raised you from the dead, and that you are alive today. So I put my trust in you as my Lord and Savior. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. That's wonderful. If you just prayed that prayer with me, you have made the best and most important decision of your life. You are now a member of God's family. We are so proud of you and excited for you. Now, there are 2 things that you need to do. First is tell your parent or another trusted adult that you prayed and to start your relationship with Jesus. 2, we want to celebrate you, so let us know that you prayed by texting the word KID to 240-269-2100. Welcome to God's family.
Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so the next part of this story is left you on a little bit of a cliffhanger, am I right? Because we left with Esther and Mordecai hearing and knowing. Mordecai told Esther that Haman did something really crazy and mean. He convinced the king to put out a decree that all Jews would be killed. Okay, Mordecai was a Jew, and so was Esther, and Esther is the king's queen. So, okay, so Esther's got a lot at stake here, right? They all do, and the Jews are God's people. So, anyways, so Mordecai tells Esther what's going on, right? And Esther is like, what am I supposed to do about this? I can't just go to the king. I could be killed. And Mordecai says, well, I mean, you don't really have any options, because whether you talk to the king or you don't talk to the king, you're gonna be killed. So Esther sends a note back to Mordecai, and she's like, hey, okay, I'm gonna go to the king. If I die, I die. And she says, but what I need from you is I need you and all the people to fast. So that means to not eat. And instead of eating, to spend their time praying. That's what fasting is, when we give something up and instead we spend time with God and we pray. And so in that way, Mordecai was supporting Esther behind the scenes, right? And our big idea today was God supports us behind the scenes. And just like Mordecai was doing something for Esther, this is a major thing, having him and all the people fasting and praying, and they were supporting Esther that way and asking God for his help. God also helps us behind the scenes. We don't even know it. Most of the time, God is doing something for us that we don't see, we don't even know is happening, but he's always working for us behind the scenes. So, Katie.
Oh, goodness. Okay, yes.
Just like Mordecai was working on behalf of Esther, and God works on behalf of us behind the scenes. Of course, we are not God, but there are some things that we can do for people behind the scenes. They may not know what's going on, but it would have provided them some support. Can you think of any ways that this week we can provide support to a friend or family member and they not even realize it? That's kind of behind the scenes.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's hard. I always think about like cleaning.
Okay.
Like that's like a great way if you live in a house with other people, cleaning, like sweeping or vacuuming or doing dishes or something without like being asked or without like
being told,
like, hey, I'm gonna go do this, like letting them know you're doing it. Just go and do it. Like I think that's really helpful, because it's really nice to have a clean space or a clean house, but it's really hard and it takes a lot of energy most of the time for parents or for whoever's in your house that does all the cleaning. So I think that's a great thing that I think I could do.
That is a great thing.
A little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna put her on the spot again.
Oh,
What's
no.
something that they could do for a friend at school that's behind the scenes?
Oh man. I don't know if this is still a thing.
Okay.
But sometimes in school, when you notice like someone was having a bad day, you would slip them a note. Not in class, like not
Don't
during a
pass
class.
notes during class.
No. But like you can slip it into their locker, or you could just like pass it to them at lunch or something. Just like an encouraging note. I think that always like helped all my other classmates. Like when someone was encouraging them when they realized like, oh, they're having a bad day. So I think that's
a great way. And then you could also do like Mordecai did and pray for people behind the scenes too, right?
That
Support
is a
them
very
that
good
way.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, next week is our last week of behind the scenes, and we're gonna hear the conclusion of the story of Esther, Mordecai, Haman, King Xerxes. We're gonna see how it all comes to an end. You don't want to miss it.
No.
It's a pretty crazy one. But before,
Yes,
we
there's
leave.
a holiday
Oh
coming
yes,
up, and it's called
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving.
to all of you amazing people watching.
Yes.
In honor of Thanksgiving, we are going to make a thankful tree,
Okay.
a thankfulness tree.
Thankfulness tree.
It's like a little
I
craft.
like it.
I think you could probably make this at home with
Okay.
like just paper, but this is like a craft that came in a case.
A kit, yeah.
So Allie, you get a tree,
All right, thank you.
and I get a tree, and it does have instructions because I don't think I've ever made one of these before. I don't know.
They're pretty
So,
straightforward, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Right?
So we're gonna get our tree, and we're gonna
Okay.
put that together first. So
Cool.
if you're using like a piece of paper to like draw on, you could just draw a tree.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then you could draw leaves, or you could cut out leaves.
Mhm.
And the leaves are what you write on to say like what you're thankful for. So you write on them and you say what you're thankful for, and then you put them on your tree.
And if you're joining us this weekend at church, we will have a little something special to give you too.
Yes.
That's similar. It's not the trees, but it's similar.
Another Thanksgiving
Yes,
pass.
it
So
is.
if you're watching this and you come in person, you get to do 2 crafts.
Wow, that's
Pretty
pretty special.
cool.
Okay.
You got your tree out really fast.
I did.
My tree
Well,
is like struggling. It kind of looks like flames.
It does look
right?
like flames.
It just looks like flames right
But
now.
you know what's funny is, okay, first of all, it's been the most beautiful fall, right? Like, the weather has been amazing.
if you live in Maryland,
If you live in Maryland.
where we live, it is
You're right.
very pretty. I think there are other areas too that
True.
are really pretty.
But no
Yeah.
matter where you live, unless it's tropical,
Yeah.
the trees have been so pretty.
Mhm.
It looks like the trees are on fire with their red leaves.
It is true. Yeah, I
Right.
love all the different colors. Okay,
Okay.
so it says you're supposed to like glue the leaves on. I think I'm gonna use double-sided tape and just kind of.
She loves her some double-sided tape.
I know, it's my favorite.
Okay.
So
I'm
take
gonna
a
make
marker,
it hard on myself and use
glue.
glue.
Oh man,
my
always doing
favorite.
this. Okay. What
So,
color do you want?
so we just write what we're thankful for on the
Mhm.
leaves.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. This picture's not very good,
Oh,
but I guess you just add it on wherever.
yeah.
Okay. Let me see.
So this foamy paper is kind of hard to write on because it's like squishy. So if you have foam paper at home, maybe just use regular paper because maybe it won't be as squishy. At least not having trouble with it. It's just me.
I mean, it is squishy and it's a little funny to
I
write
think
on.
I'm like an aggressive writer.
Are you gonna tell us what you're writing
No.
every time you put it on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or actually maybe just at the end.
At the end? All right. Man, there's so many things that I'm thankful for. Do you ever keep like a gratitude journal? Have you ever done that?
I have a book that's like you're supposed to like write like 3 things a day what you're
Mhm.
thankful for.
Uh-huh.
I have not started using it yet.
Okay.
But I do think every day, like I do think of things that
That's
I'm
good.
thankful for because I just feel like it puts things like today. I was telling Allie, I was walking inside my house and I decided to kind of hit my drink into the door, just kind of slam it into the door.
Because why not?
Because, you know, who doesn't want to get soda everywhere? It was soda,
Oh no.
which I don't drink soda, but it was a free drink that they just gave me. And I was like, okay,
Oh, that
sure.
makes it even worse.
Right,
That
it was just
free.
free. And I just smashed it into the door.
Oh, jeez.
And I was telling Allie, if that's the worst thing that's gonna happen, I'm not mad. It's, you know,
You're right. You're right.
that's the worst thing that's gonna happen in your day.
That's true.
No big deal.
Okay. Let's see. So many things to be thankful for. Oh. Oh.
Did you write on the? No, it probably
I
wasn't.
wrote
you.
on it and then I flipped it over and
Oh,
I
no.
imprinted it on
Okay.
the table. Okay, let's
Alright.
see. What else am I thankful for?
I feel like I'm gonna make like. I think I'll do like 1 per. I'll do like 3 more.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, because I don't want to cover my entire. Because it's fall. All the leaves are pretty much
True.
gone anyway. So I'm gonna put a blank one to fill my tree though. I do want to leave. Oh, yellow.
Yeah, they say that you should keep a gratitude journal and write 1 thing down every day that you're thankful for. And that will help you. First of all, God tells us to be thankful in all circumstances. So there's something we can always be thankful for, even if life feels a little hard.
That is true.
And also, it's just good for your attitude. Like when you're in a bad mood, the best thing to do is to think of things that you're thankful for. Right?
I think that's a good idea. I think that would be like encouraging.
Mm-hmm.
Missed a letter. Well, that's spelled incorrectly, but no worries because I know what it says. Don't look, Allie.
Okay.
It's spelled wrong.
Uh-oh.
I was just,
If it's my name, I'm gonna be mad.
No.
Just kidding. I would never be mad.
You know how you'll be writing and you think you started early enough on like the page, but you didn't, and the word is just way too long. By the time you get to the end, you're like trying to write super tiny.
The worst.
That is what happens.
Oh man.
I was struggling.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, but we made it through.
All right.
We made it happen.
Let's see.
I'm writing small this time. Ugh, I keep doing it wrong. All of them are gonna look just so bad. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. It's all good. It doesn't have to look perfect.
Oh, okay. I'm almost done. We're getting there.
Okay.
What color should I do next? Decisions.
Uh-huh. Let's see.
Allie's going so fast.
Am I really? I don't feel like it.
I'm like,
There's
desperately
just so
trying
much
hurry
to
up.
be thankful for.
The tree's gonna fall over. She's gonna have too many leaves. Okay, last little tiny bit that I'm gonna do.
Oh, I did something weird with my letters too.
Yep, see? Happens.
Okay. And let's see.
And there are so many. The more I keep going, the more I'm like, oh wait, I want to add this too. But this is my last one, so this is one.
Isn't that crazy? Like, that's so true. Like, when you start being thankful, you start realizing how many things you have to be thankful
Oh,
for.
wait, I forgot about this.
Yeah, God has given us and provided us with so much. What I'm not thankful for right now is the fact that I've
I
got
was gonna
Sharpie
say, I think
all
you're
over my
completely
fingers.
covered with Sharpie.
I don't know how I did
So-
that.
Man.
I'm covered in Sharpie and glue, so.
Okay.
Wow, that's a
Thankful
nice
tree.
tree.
All right, Allie, do you
All
want
right.
to list yours first, or do you want me to list
Yes,
mine first?
I would be happy to go
Oh,
first.
yay.
Okay, so I said fall weather,
Cool.
which, because, you know, it's been nice to be outside. I said my family. And then I also said my siblings, Adam and Hannah and Caitlin. And I said my church family too. So we all have church family, right?
Yes.
Okay, then I also said my health. I said pumpkin pie, because pumpkin pie is my absolute favorite this time of year.
I haven't had pumpkin pie yet this year.
Oh,
I need it
man.
now.
We
Okay.
did get one already. We had it before Thanksgiving.
Oh,
It's
right.
just too
maybe for
good.
Thanksgiving, I'll have some.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coffee all the time. Love coffee.
Don't drink coffee until you're an adult because you'll just have too much energy.
Yeah.
You won't be able to go to sleep.
You should not drink
You're
coffee.
shaking. I still shake.
You should not drink coffee.
Stop. Okay.
I said Katie.
Aww,
Thankful for
that's
Katie. And did I already say my health?
neat. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
think you
Then
got
I think I
everything.
got through them all.
Cool.
It's
Nice.
just a oh
No.
oh no.
Oh, you glued them.
Shoot, I did.
Okay. I'll go through mine really fast.
Okay.
So I said church because church
course.
is great and really fun. I said Corey. For those of you who don't know, that's my husband.
Of course, he's
Um,
the best.
Allie is right below Corey, so you know she's right there.
I'm so honored.
I said my sisters. I have 2 sisters. My brothers. I have 3
Mhm.
brothers. My parents. Jesus.
Oh, that's good.
My jobs. You know, having work is really nice when you're an adult. My cats. know my
Oh,
cats?
she has 2
I have
little
2
kitties.
little twin cats. And my house.
Aw, that's great.
So many things, guys. Hopefully you can do this
Yes.
at home.
What are you thankful for?
Yeah, and think of all the things that you have that are just a blessing in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So, such a perfect season.
Yes.
Perfect time of the year to just think of this and do this if you don't do it regularly.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
All right, guys, we love you. We hope you have a great week with your family, and we will see you next time for another RKids Online.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.